Welcome to the Thursday night Play Space Live. I'm Keith Avalone from Play Games. My son Sam is running the board tonight as we bring you the 1999 Pro Season for Red, White, and Blue Racing and the 1999 Pontiac Excitement 400 from Richmond, which was held exactly 20 years ago yesterday, May 15th, 1999, won by Dale Jarrett in real life, one of his many wins that season, a dominating performance from Jarrett that year. The 400 in the race signifies laps at Richmond's short track. It's a 3/4 mile short track, so 400 laps equals 300 miles. That means 30 turns in red, white, and blue racing terms. And we'll join the race in progress. We're just over halfway finished out of the pit turn on turn 17. I'll give you a quick recap here, show you the board and where we're at with this race. Only 4 TV drivers for this race, and you can see 2 of them. I used bright yellow cards for the TV drivers for this race, so they show up a little bit better on your screen. You can see them. We've got Dale Earnhardt Jr. at the 7th place position. He was a surprise qualifier, has moved up from 21st place to start the race. But the real story is Bobby Labonte here at the very bottom of the bottom stack. He earned the pole position with a great race week, a great qualifying week, and earned a performance chip as well to start the race. And he held on to the lead for about 100 miles before Dale Jarrett got past him. Not too surprising, given how strong Dale Jarrett's card is. But then it kind of all went downhill for Bobby Labonte after that. First, Ernie Irvin made a move that sent Labonte to the middle group. And then a couple turns later, Labonte got collected, which is pretty hard to do when you have an escape range of 10. But I did roll an 11 for Bobby Labonte, so he was spinning into the infield. He did manage to get his car repaired. It wasn't a major thing, but it put him in last place. So there he is, sitting in last place, Bobby Labonte. We'll see if he can somehow manage to salvage a few points and get back into this race, at least. The other two TV drivers have been battling equipment issues this race. Ward Burton had a handling problem that dropped him to the bottom group. I believe he's right there. And Bobby Labonte's older brother, Terry, had problems right in qualifying. So he is sitting just a few spaces ahead of his brother, Bobby. Has never really had a chance to move out of the bottom group as of yet. Jarrett held on to the lead for a couple of turns after bouncing Labonte out of it, but then Jeff Gordon made the big move, overtook him on turn 13, and that's where we are right now. We just finished the pit turn on 17. We had an across-the-board fast pit sequence. Look at all those blue chips, my gosh. You'll notice, though, that Jeff Gordon doesn't have one, which could prove to be crucial here. He had to spend his blue chip. He did earn one, but he had to spend it fending off a challenge from Joe Nemechek, of all people, coming out of the pits. So that's where we are at the 180-mile mark of the 1999 Pontiac Excitement 400. I would keep an eye on Tony Stewart, who is sitting at the top of the middle group with 2 performance chips and a starred skill quality. Could come into play. I think he's kind of the dark horse here. Of course, we got a lot of guys in the top group with chips. It's anybody's race at this point. Let's go move on to turn 18. And here we go. I'm going to roll the track dice up here and roll the red, white, and blue dice down here. So it's going to be a top group challenge for reflex. Well, Dale Jr. is going to get the first crack at Jeff Gordon, and that's going to be a failed challenge with a red die of 5. Let's see. Nemechek will be next. Oh my gosh, Joe Nemechek with a blue die 6 is going to knock Jeff Gordon out of the lead. Nemechek was actually pretty competitive that year. Later in his career, he kind of just, he'd get on the track and just kind of drive around for a few laps and park it. But in this particular season, he was actually pretty competitive. And so he now has the lead. I could have marked that on my lead changes. Turn 18, Nemechek in the lead. I don't think he's going to hold on to it very long with all those chips there, though. Dale Jarrett will get the first crack at him. And the key thing is going to be, can he hold on to his chip while taking the lead? A red die 6 is not going to cut it for Dale Jarrett. So he will spend his chip. We're going to just say that rather than roll dice, ordinarily, if I was running this race myself, I'd think, maybe you should just hang on to that chip and just concede and just kind of hang back in 5th place. But we're going to just say automatic spending like the rules say. So Dale Jarrett takes the lead. Again, might not be for very long. Here's Ken Schrader. Ken Schrader doesn't have reflex, so he doesn't get a chance at it. Nor does Mike Skinner. Nor does David Green. So Dale Jarrett is going to hold the lead as we move to the 19th turn. And here we go. Top group challenge again, and this time for Smart. Not Smart here. Double Smart for Jeff Gordon. Let's see if he can. Of course, Dale Jarrett has 3 brake symbols on his card, and of course 2 for being the leader. So he's got the maximum. You can't have 6. 5 is the most you can have. So he's gonna, unless we roll a blue die 6, Gordon is out of luck. So that's going to be a failed challenge, and he'll get a second one. Right on Smart, yes, because he's got double Smart, so he'll get a second challenge, and that's also going to fail. And here comes, nobody else has Smart. That is going to be it. Jarrett's going to hold on to his lead as we go to the 20th turn. Fortunate for Dale Jarrett that nobody had that quality except for Jeff Gordon, and Gordon wasn't able to convert it. So it's a bottom group challenge. This will give Labonte a chance to get back into it. And it's trouble in the bottom group. That's not going to give Bobby Labonte a chance to get back into it. So let's see how many people get collected here. We'll start from the top. So Escape 11 will be good. Let me just use my metallic dice. He's safe, and I'll roll him up here. Safe. Oh, Hut Strickland. Poor old Hut Strickland. Never won a NASCAR race, and he just got collected. 5 will be good for Rick Mast. Here's Elliot, or rather Kevin LePage, who is out also. We got some trouble down there in the bottom of the group. 4, Elliott Sadler avoids trouble. Darrell Waltrip, and I think this is Darrell's last year of racing. He gets out of it. Chad Little is safe. Ward Burton, spins out. Here's Ricky Craven, who's also out. 9, Wally Dellenbach Jr. is okay. Brett Bodine is okay. Here's his brother Jeff, who's okay. Things are calming down a little bit. Johnny Benson's safe. Terry Labonte. 12. Labonte is out. That's going to probably wrap it up for him. Jeff Burton, who's done nothing this race, despite being one of the better racers of the year, is safe. Rich Bickle is barely safe. Ricky Rudd is out. So we're having quite a mess here from the bottom group. Musgrave's okay. Here's NATO is okay. Sterling Marlin is okay. Dale Sr., who we'll get into him later, how he wound up that far back. Jimmy Spencer is okay, and here's Bobby Labonte, who stays in the race. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys get collected. Let's see if any of them get back in. We're in the, let's see, the 9th, this is the 20th turn, so this is the final third of the race. That's not going to be very optimistic for many of these guys. So with a pit grade of C, a 5 or better gets Ricky Rudd back in it. Nope, he's done for the day. Labonte is also done. Ricky Craven, he's got an E. He's got to roll a 3. No, Ricky Craven is done. I think all these guys are probably going to be out. Ward Burton with a 6 and a pit crew grade of B. That will keep Ward Burton in it barely. Kevin LePage also survives, and here's Hut Strickland, who also makes it in. So they all made it in. We lost 3 drivers. So we got a yellow flag for 2 turns, 20 and 21. We moved to turn 22, and we're back to racing. We don't have to fill any positions because they were all in the bottom group. Back to racing on turn 22. Another bottom group challenge for control. Let's see if anybody's... So we're stable up here. Let's see if these guys can make it out of the bottom group. Here's Hut Strickland. So we start from the bottom here. He'll get the first chance. That's going to be a no. Kevin LePage is next. No, he doesn't have control. Ward Burton needs a 5 or 4 or better. No, he gets a 5. He's not going to make it. Here's Labonte with a chance to get back into the middle group. That would be really nice for him. But he rolls a red die 6. It's just not Bobby Labonte's race today. He is just not having a day. No control for Spencer. No control for Dale Sr. Here's Sterling Martin trying to climb back into it, and that's going to be a good challenge for him. He's going to challenge Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott drops back. And no control for NATO. Musgrave. Bickle. Oh, double control for Jeff Burton. This is Jeff Burton's big moment. See if he can, because he'll get 2 moves here. If he can get out of the middle group, he might get into the top group. But he gets a red die 6. Wouldn't you know? Well, he'll get a second chance. And a blue 5 that would have been anything. And he's got 5 gas pedals. Anything but that red 6 would have put him in the middle group. So 3-2 and odd 3. Let's see. Oh, Kyle Petty's got a chip. So even if he loses it, which he will, he'll spend the chip to fend him off. And that's out of luck for Jeff Burton. Here's Johnny Benson Jr. Nope, that's not going to be good with the red 4. Here's Jeff Bodine, who needs at least a 3. And he might, no, with a blue die of 1, probably, wait a minute. Nope, Kenny Wallace. He's going to make Kenny Wallace spend his chip. But Jeff Bodine is not going to move up. Here's his brother Brett, who needs at least a 3. And he gets it. And he's going to move up. 4. He's going to knock Jeremy Mayfield into the bottom group. Whoops, I just jostled my board. Wally Dellenbaugh. 4. Now it's out of his range. Here's Chad Little. A lot of these drivers have control, so this is a rather involved challenge here. So 3, and that's going to be a... so it would have been a good challenge, except both these guys in Group 1 have chips. And with an odd, that means Martin's going to spend his. Or does he even need to? Yeah, with a blue die 6 he does. So Martin's going to lose his chip. That could prove costly down the road. Waltrip does not have control. Sadler doesn't have control. Rick Mast will be one of the final challenges. And he's got a, let's see, 1 is good. Group 6, Ernie Irvin. I believe that is going to be a successful challenge for Rick Mast. It's going to knock Ernie Irvin. It really is only a couple places down, though, to be honest with you. So put Mast here. It's really just moving like 3 places down. Here's Park will be the last challenge. And again, this is just, he's at the top of the bottom group as it is, and he fails on a red die 5. So that was a rather involved turn. We did see some movement there, though, when you wrap up the 22nd turn, move to turn 23, with Dale Jarrett still in the lead, but we did burn off some of those chips. Here's turn 23. Top group challenge for Reflex. Oh boy, here we go. Here's Dale Jr. gets the first chance. So Reflex, Dale Jarrett has got, he's got the maximum break symbol. So if we don't see a blue die 6, Jarrett's going to hold on to the lead. So we're going to look at that first. So that's going to be a failed. Here's Jeff Gordon with his chance. That's going to be a fail with a red die 1. Wow. Joe Nemechek gets a shot. Nope. Almost trouble or a problem for Joe Nemechek. But here's Ken Schrader, who does not have reflex. He's got the chip but doesn't have reflex, so he's not going to get the challenge. Nor will Mike Skinner, nor will David Green. How about that? That's twice that Dale Jarrett has survived potential challenges from guys with chips because the guys with the chips don't have the quality needed. First it was reflex, then it was first it was smart, then it was reflex. So Dale Jarrett is very fortunate to still be in the lead, but we'll see if that holds up. So nothing changing for turn 23. Here's turn 24. And there's another top group challenge for Reflex. So the same thing is going to happen. These guys are not going to, they just don't get the position, but these guys will each get a shot at him. If a blue die 6 comes up, they could take the lead with a low enough red die. And that's going to be not a challenge for Earnhardt, not a successful challenge. Jeff Gordon gets the next shot. Nope. And here's Joe Nemechek. Can Joe do it? Nope. All right, so we move to, that takes care of that turn. We move to the 25th turn, and once again, Dale Jarrett just seems to be living right. 25th turn at Richmond, and it is going to be a duel. It's going to be a duel with the number 6 cars in the middle group. All right, so that's going to give these guys chances to get chips. We're just going to... We'll just have them challenge. We'll avoid the chip guys because the chip guys could fend off the challenge, and they want to get chips. So Mast will challenge Mark Martin and fail. So he's got to try to. He should just be able to escape with an escape rate of 10, and he does barely 10. So here's Kenny Irwin, who's going to try to get Martin's place. He needs a 4 or better. He gets it, and Mark Martin will have to roll a 10 or better to maintain his. Let's give him his chip. Mark Martin has just been kind of dropping, and he holds on to his steering wheel and avoids spinning out. All right, so there we go with the duel for turn 25. We move to turn 26, just before the last pit turn, and let's see what we've got. It is a top group challenge for Star. That could work. Oh, none of these guys, none of them have Star either. Oh wait, yes they do. Yes they do. They do. Schrader has Star and Skinner has Star. So we're gonna see a lead change here, most likely. Well, certainly. Jeff Gordon gets the first chance though, with his Star quality. Oh, it's a blue die 6. So if we roll a 5 or less, oh, look at that, triple 6s. Jeff Gordon's got a problem. If he just setting it up here, if Jeff Gordon were to say spin out and cause a yellow flag, that would save Dale Jarrett right now. Dale Jarrett would be the luckiest driver on the planet. Let's just see what happens on the problem finder. 35, tight in the turn to the end of the bottom group. Oh, so that's not going to be the yellow flag. We'll resolve this all later. Okay, so no Star for Nemechek. Here's Ken Schrader, who's going to take the lead. The question is, will he have to use his chip? Maybe not. Yes, he will. So Schrader burns his chip, knocks Jarrett out of the lead. But wait, we've still got Mike Skinner, and he's got a chip too. And a 4 is going to be in his range, and that's going to avoid the problem. And it's going to be, let's see, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to have to use his chip also. So Skinner is going to use his chip. Mike Skinner, I believe he's a Canadian, takes the lead. So we had 2 lead changes in 25, or 26 rather. So it was Schrader and Skinner. So now we're going to the pit turn. Well, first of all, we got to fill this hole here. And since it's not a yellow flag, they're going to have to pass to move up there. So Tony Stewart, this is huge for Tony Stewart. We'll just do the regular game rules method here. So Tony Stewart just got to roll a 5, and he's in the top group with 2 chips. What did I tell you about Tony Stewart? All right, the rest of these guys are just going to move up like this. John Anderetti goes here. It's all going to come down to this last pit turn, I think. And here we go. Here's Tom Humbert, who makes it into the middle group. All right, so we're heading into the pits. On turn 27. This will be the final pit turn. Here's where the race is going to be won or lost. All right, here we go. The top group will get the fast pit. It's going to be a pit violation. Oh, a pit violation for the drivers in box 1. That is costly. Here's David Green, who's not had a huge career. He's sitting there in the runner-up position with a chip, but he's only got that one quality, so he just can't seem to get the lead. And now he loses the chip. He's flagged for a pit violation, so he goes back down to here. And that also cost Kenny Irwin Jr. and Kenny Wallace. So look at all these holes here. Let's go ahead and do our fast pit first. Tony Stewart, he might have 3 chips. All right, so fast pit of, he's only got a fast pit of 9. Well, a fast pit of 9. I thought it was 5 when I was looking at it first. So 9 or better gets him another chip. That's 3 chips for Tony Stewart. Here's Dale Jr. See, he's got a fast pit of 5, so he's going to not get a chip. Same with Nemechek. But he rolls a 4. Joe Nemechek gets a chip. Fortuitous. Jarrett's going to get a chip. He's got a fast pit of 11. And that could be big. And here's Ken Schrader with a fast pit of 6. He's not going to get it. And Mike Skinner, the last, with a 7. And he doesn't get it either. So let's reorder here first. So Jarrett is going to fill this open position here. And then Nemechek goes here. And then Stewart will take this position here. And let's see here. So we're going to move all these up like this. Let's move all these guys up first. Then let's see. He's going to go to here. And he's going to go to, that actually was pretty easy. Based on the number of chips that were in play. So these guys will all, I'm going to roll to have them come out of the middle group. And that's not going to be good for Steve. Oh, Ernie Irvin misses too. Elliott Sadler. Oh, my, keep rolling 5s. Darrell Waltrip with a 4. Look at this. Little finally gets in. And here's Wally Dellenbaugh who gets in. Wow, all those guys got passed by these 2 guys. All right, so there we go. The only thing, we got another spot here. Hang on. Somebody else is going to get a chance. Where do we leave off? Dellenbaugh. We got to check here. Sadler had his chance. Waltrip had his chance. Mayfield will be the next guy to get a chance. And Jeremy Mayfield makes it back into the top 20. Kind of feel bad. I kind of would have liked seeing Darrell Waltrip back in there. All right, so there we go. Now we do our final thing, which is the challenge out of the pits. It's going to be who's going to get the challenge. If Tony Stewart gets the challenge, the race is over. Driver 1, Dale Jarrett gets the challenge. So here we go. And 5 or better, he's in. Oh, and he rolled a 6. Can you believe that? So he will spend his chip. This is where, as a strategy element, I'd say, maybe you should hang on to that chip. But we're just gonna make the decision for him. He is gonna spend the chip and knock Mike Skinner out of the lead. But Dale Jarrett's lead is quite precarious at this point. So we have a lead change on 27. That will put Jarrett back in the lead, taking over for Skinner. And here we go. We've got turn 28. 3 turns to go at Richmond. And it's the top group challenge for heat. Who's got heat? Not Kyle Petty, not Dale Jr., not Ken Schrader. Oh, Tony Stewart with heat and 3 chips. That's looking pretty good for Tony. Well, here's our challenge. Is good, and he's going to lose the challenge, but will spend the chip to take over the lead, and still leaves him 2 chips. He might lose one of them here, though. No, wait, Nemechek doesn't have heat, and neither does Skinner. That probably is the race right there. Turn 28, or 29 rather. Tony Stewart now with a comfortable lead. So it's going to be a middle group challenge for skill. Well, let's see. Jeremy Mayfield. 4, 5, 4. 4 is good. 5, that's going to send... Dale had his moment. He's going back to the back of the middle group, though. Wally Dellenbaugh is going to also move up, and he's going to take Kyle Petty's place. We're going to have some points earned and lost here as the race winds down. Chad Little does not succeed. Hubert doesn't have the skill quality. Here's Rick Mast, and he's going to move up also, I believe. Yep, he's going to take Jeremy Mayfield's position. Mark Martin. That is going to be I think, yes, he's going to move in, take Wally Dellenbach, move him back. Does he be a double skill? No, too bad. So no. Here's Derek Cope. And he got the 2. How about that? Box 4, 3. Let's see, skills. Yeah, it looks like Schrader's going to hold him off. Sterling Marlin. 4, 5, and 2. Yep, that's enough juice for Rick Mast to hang on to his position. No skill for Bodine. No skill for Bobby Hamilton. No skill for Rusty Wallace. And no skill for John Andretti. All of them have chips, but no way to use them. And that will be turn 29. So this is it. This is the final turn right here. Turn 30. I'd say Tony Stewart has this race in the bag. And it's going to be, let's see, 6. What is that on? I believe that is TV drivers. I need to check that, though. On the final turn, I know the rules change on the final turn. Let's see here. 6. No, it's going to be a TV turn, isn't it? It's going to be TV driver, right? No, or is it a duel? Well, I would have to end it this way, wouldn't I? Oh, that's right. Duel. So, yeah, all right. So it would be a duel. He could try the duel charge. Let's see if it's even somebody in the... It's a duel 10. Yeah, it's a number 4 cars in the middle group. So basically, that's going to be the end of the race. It's not going to be any kind of a finish. There's no real need to resolve it. Well, we'll do it anyway. Number 4 drivers. Jeremy Mayfield fails, and then... He's okay, and Dellenbaugh will also try to move up. He is going to get, he's going to also fail and also be okay. So there we are. That's how we're going to end. Tony Stewart is going to take this race going away. I was kind of prophetic, wasn't I, when I saw those double chips? Well, that's how it ended for us anyway. Dale Jarrett won in real life. I didn't check to see what Tony Stewart did. I should have looked that up when I had the break, given his position. But in any case, that's our finish with Tony Stewart taking the checkered flag, Skinner in second, Nemechek in third, Dale Jarrett in fourth. So another top 5 finish for Dale Jarrett. Actually, some unusual drivers in the top of the heap here. It's kind of an unusual race, but a fun one. And that's how it ended. So the 99 set is on sale. We put it on sale a little bit early, figuring why not? We're running the race tonight. Next week, we're going to do the History Makers Who Served baseball game featuring the Memorial Day baseball card set of wartime baseball heroes. And we'll do American League versus National League next Thursday night in honor of the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. So until then, appreciate you joining us here live in the Play Space. Hope you had a good time watching, and we'll see you again soon. Have a great night.